This is usually what happens, and mind you, I'm being sarcastic and ironic, but this is like what the majority of people do. And I did that, I guess, at some point included when they're manifesting. So let's just pretend that a being from the spirit world, or just your subconscious mind, whatever you believe, Jesus, Allah, God, Buddha, whoever you believe in, just comes down on earth, comes to you and just tells you, "Hi, sweetheart, what is your desire?" And you just reply, "I want this amount of money. I want this love," or whatever it is. And they answer you, "Okay, sorted. Just wait patiently. We got it all figured out. It's a yes, it's coming." And you, on the other hand, instead of being like, "Yes, I'm so happy and looking forward to it. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful." The majority of the time you're like, "No, is that easy? You didn't hear my story." And whoever from the spirit world is like, "What story?" "No, you know, all my circumstances and all the past and what they did to me and what they said. You don't know anything about this." And you're like, "I don't need to." The spirit world is like, "Nah, it doesn't matter. Circumstances don't matter. We don't need to hear that." And you just want to say it. You just want to go and say the entire story when you already received a yes. And we are losing time, and we are losing more time, and then more time, and then still you're not saying yes. You're not saying, "Thank you so much. I'm so happy and grateful because I have this opportunity. I have this money. I already have it. It's about to come. It's here." And the spirit world just listens to you, and to you is like, "Sweetheart, when you're ready, we're here. We want to give it to you." And you're still talking. You're still going back and forth. This is what you guys are doing for the majority of the times, and you're not even realizing it. Are you interested in why, seriously, circumstances do not matter? Stop applying control over your manifestation. It's already done. It's this easy, and what you should do right now to make it fast and effortless, just keep on watching. Hello everyone, my name is Neyah, and on this channel I talk everything about the law of assumption, manifestation, so much more. As I usually say on my Patreon, if you join the community, you're gonna get weekly podcasts and videos about these topics. And for all my DM coaching and services, the links are down below for my website and my Etsy shop. Now let's get to the video. Now I wanted to make a video on why you shouldn't apply control, but the more I was brainstorming the video, the more I was like, there are just so much more to say than just stop applying control. So I want to talk about why it is important that you truly understand, because I feel that theoretically, you do understand it, but you don't apply the concept that your manifestation, your desire is done. I see so many people that just don't apply it. You do understand it because you guys are not stupid, so I'm not telling you that you are. Like, you're not. You get it, but you don't apply it. Because sometimes there is a difference between understanding something, hearing so much content. And by the way, I'm talking from also my personal experience. So, you know, we can understand theoretically a lot of stuff, but then we don't necessarily apply it. It's like when we learn about, spiritually speaking, right? Let's give an example. Let's say that we're learning about forgiveness and compassion. Great. We have read the book, everything is great, and then we go at lunch with our family or for Christmas or whatnot, and maybe we have a controversial relationship with our family, and there is that member of the family that constantly pisses us off. That's where we should apply compassion and forgiveness. Sometimes we can do it, but then in that moment we realize, oh, it's actually not that easy to do as the theory. I have to do it. But when we do it, it becomes an experience, and that's where we actually can learn, and we want to teach others, and it just becomes like this huge awareness and awakening moment and understanding. The same has to be applied for manifestation. So we understand when Neville Goddard said it, when Florence Shin says it, when every YouTube content creator says it, that it's done. Theoretically, we understand. But every single time that I go on my Etsy shop, and every day I take my cup of tea and I go and answer you guys. I answer my clients to guide you throughout your manifestation. And whether it's new client or some older clients, sometimes you just don't apply this concept. And so don't feel guilty. Like, I'm here to support you. I'm here to point this out so we know where we're going. Don't feel like, oh, I'm doing wrong. I'm so bad at manifesting. No one is bad at manifesting. I'm just pointing things so we can look forward and get it done, right? And get it done fast, hopefully. So what happens is, especially with new clients, I say, okay, tell me 2 desires that you guys want. And so the minority of people get it, and they're like, few sentences, this is the desires that I want, and we get to work. And usually those are the kind of people that either they understood the law, they just get on it, they do it, and they're really consistent and persistent, and they get results like really right away. They don't even get other coachings or any other stuff. They probably didn't even need it in the first place. But some other people, which is understandable, it's fine, but I'm just saying, you know, in case this is you. Some other people, they're like writing essays. Guys, I have no problem reading 3 pages of your circumstances. I have no problem whatsoever. And I'm sure other YouTubers have no problem if you're buying coaching for them. It's fine. But it's not helpful to you in any possible way. Like, I read everything, and then at the end of the day, I'm still gonna tell you, well, it does not matter. Like, you can give me context about your manifestation a little bit to identify the limiting beliefs that you might have. That's absolutely possible. But if you write 3 pages, 5 sometimes, of essay about your circumstance, what tells me is that, okay, sweetheart, let's sit down and let's talk first and foremost about all of this thing that has happened does not matter. And if you felt the need to write it down, it could be therapeutic, I admit. However, it's because you probably have thought about this old story over and over and over. You repeat it, right? And not only you repeated it, you didn't understand the concept of whatever you want, it's already done. And because attached to explaining so much the story and wanting to go so much into details of the circumstances, there is this other thing of, I really need to work hard to make it happen. And I need to affirm so badly. I need to do all this technique. Like, I'm ready to sweat, go to war, and then just do this. No, I'm saying no to all of it. Repetition of affirmation is important. Repetition of visualization is important, but not with this attitude. The attitude should be, okay, this is what I'm living. These are my circumstances. Let's analyze briefly my limiting beliefs so we can find tailor-made affirmations for me. Even if you're there, I have a video to find tailor-made affirmations for you. If you just want to do this by yourself, you don't need coaching necessarily. So that should be the attitude. And then understanding, okay, money doesn't go on tree. I always have to work so hard to get everything. I never get recognized. I'm not loved. So this is our limiting beliefs, right? That are not allowing me to get where I want. But I know that my desire is done. I have repeated this millions of times. So this is false. I don't have to believe this anymore. And then we're going to construct visualizations or affirmations, specific and general, for a little bit for your self-concept, general affirmations, and more specific to just repeat the new story. This should be the attitude. And in the meantime, that we are on the journey to manifestation, we are not going to care about the old story. We're going to remove the circumstances as much as possible. Like, as much as possible, meaning like we're just done with whatever happened in the past. And we are repeating to ourselves, I'm on a journey. I am so grateful. I know the sin is already mine. And it's just a matter of time. Any minute now is going to come to me, because as those circumstances in the past developed, sometimes suddenly your manifestation can happen, and suddenly every single day could be the day where your world is going to change. Like, I repeat this story over and over again. The day that I found out that my channel that I wanted, like, this was a deep desire of mine, making videos without scripting anything, without doing tarot cards, just by being myself, it was one of my deepest desire, and I just knew it was going to happen. I didn't know when, I didn't know how, I didn't care. I was in the end. In my mind, I was always going to be this content creator. In my mind, I was always going going to be this YouTuber. And then when I found out that one of my videos went viral and then everything started happening for me, it's just, it happened one day that I wasn't even thinking about it. One day when I was on holiday, just having fun, relaxed, confident about the journey. Did I have moments where sometimes I wanted to give up? Sure. Did I cry along the way? Sure. But the point is, I always went back to the end. I never looked back into the past. I repeated the affirmations. I tried to live in the end dominantly as much as possible. And suddenly, any minute, one day, my world changed. And this is the beauty of manifestation. It's understanding that it's done. You don't need to assume the circumstances of the future. You don't need to control. It's just going to happen any minute now, and you should be happy and eager to even be surprised. Meaning, in other words, sometimes what I see is, oh, got my reality, therefore, let's give again the example of SP, right? It could be anything. I always give example of SP because it's the majority of things that people want to know, but it could be, again, translated into anything else. So again, it's like, oh, I'm God of my reality, I can do everything that I want, blah, 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 all this empowerment, great. And then instead of going directly to the end, we're actually filtering reality, what we perceive as reality, with the lenses of the past. Meaning, okay, he told me this. He said he never wants to have a commitment, so I assume that I have to affirm for this, and then he's gonna call me, and then he's gonna do this, and then slowly, gradually, he just will want a commitment, and you're trying to control every possible single scenario. What are you doing? It does not matter. I don't care what they said. It's just the more you think about, the more you know every single time. And I want to be honest with you guys so you understand. I get you a little bit, you know, I want to shake you a little bit today. What is going to happen the majority of time when you do all this calculation, you're still thinking subconsciously he doesn't want commitment. Do you know what happens the majority of the time? Because that underlying story tells he doesn't want me. He's not choosing me. I'm not lovable. Nobody's choosing me. What happens is, because you still think about that this person is gonna go somewhere else and say, hey, you know, I met someone else and I actually felt a connection with them. I'm considering commitment now. So you understand. The point was never what they said. The point was never commitment or not commitment. The point was you focusing on the fact that they told you they didn't want commitment, hurting you those deep part of yourself of self-concept, freaking out and trying to control every single circumstances instead of saying it's done and going to the end and resulting into what? A chaos in your reality, reacting, freaking out more. The same we could apply, I don't want this video to be long, but for any other desire. So how to avoid this, how to stop this chaos. Again, let's go to the beginning of the video. Understanding that circumstances do not matter, sorry my English, and to stop it, just stop it. Just honestly write it down, this circumstance, for the last time in a piece of paper and throw it away, burn it down if you're not afraid of fire, be careful of course, and just let it go into the air, go into a forest, burn it, I don't know, bury it. Do whatever it takes, flush it down the toilet. I don't care. But your mind needs to focus away from whatever it was. Because sweetheart, the past is gone. Yesterday, it's gone. We only have the now. The future doesn't even exist really. It's just a continuous of the now. Whatever you bring forth into the now is going to be your reality. So in the now, I want to hear, I don't care about the whole story. I am in a loving, committed relationship. I'm grateful. My subconscious mind, God, Allah, Buddha, Jesus, whoever has told me yes. I want to see this attitude for the majority of the time. Now, sometimes probably you're human. You're going to have moments of sadness or where maybe you're questioning whether or not this is going to happen. Totally normal. I'm not saying to suppress this, but try not to be too reactive to it. Try to move forward. There are people who even affirm while crying. They're so persistent. They're like, no, I am not going to accept this reality. That's what I did when I was trying to find love. After I manifested specific people and then get bored of them, I was like, you know what? I am not gonna give up. And with this, the last thing that I'm gonna do, I know that guy exists somewhere out there. I know the universe, my subconscious mind has already told me yes, and it happened. Anytime, all of a sudden, one day, when I wasn't thinking about it, it happened. And as everything else. So again, let's summarize this point, because it is extremely important. Understanding and applying my desire, it's already done. Removing the circumstances, not carry anymore, just really trying to do this effort, and then going forward with whatever technique you have chosen, whether it is affirmation, scripting, or whatever it is that you want to do, or a bunch of them, I don't care, and moving forward with your mind towards that journey. Again, I'm in a journey. I'm moving forward toward that journey. The universe already told me yes. My subconscious mind already told me yes. It's already done. Any minute now it's going to happen. Having that state of mind, and as much as possible rehearsing in your mind that wish fulfilled. So for example, taking moments during the day, either affirming or visualizing or scripting, where you just enjoy, like you would play a video game, you being in the desired reality, you being loved, you having the money in your mind, rehearsing that reality every single day, and just knowing with this eagerness that it's about to happen. It's about to happen. Now, like I said, not every time you are going to feel good, and not every time you're going to feel excited or eager. The point is to persist. The point is to continue, no matter the emotional scale that you are in the moment, because so many people will still manifest even when they're in a bad mood, because you have to go beyond the ego, beyond the self, and just keep persisting in that wish fulfilled. The main thing is to try to release control over every single detail, and stop seeing the way the bridge of events or the unfoldment of your manifestation should happen, because you're still thinking about the past circumstances. Again, people change their mind every single day. I am one of them, and every single day they just can do crazy, wonderful things. So there are people who fall in love in 4 days and get married. Like literally yesterday, I was watching the documentary on Netflix of Pamela Anderson, which I really like a lot, and Tommy Lee, which for me is one of the most beautiful romantic stories of rock and roll that there is out there. I really like Pamela, and I really like the way she's not afraid of living her life, and she was never afraid to love. I mean, she met Tommy in 4 days. In 4 days they got married. Yes, they got married. Like it was a turmoil. They had a lot of problems, and that's their own thing. That's their own private business, but they still love each other. Like that, it doesn't matter. But the point is, she was probably thinking about something else, right? She was living her life. She was probably in a positive state. And then this guy came along, and in 4 days they got married. They got 2 beautiful children. And, you know, in one day, everything can change. Even the way that she was discovered as a model for Playboy. She's like, in one day, her life changed. So stop putting things into box, into circumstances. Every single day can be a day where you meet that person that discovers you. Every single day your videos could go viral. Every single day you could win those money. Every single day. It's the day in which it could happen. Trust me, guys. If you just will release all this control, release all the circumstances, you will see the light. You will see it. You will see it first in your mind, and because you're able to see it in your mind, it will manifest in the mirror reality. So I hope I made this video clear in the message that I wanted to, you know, showed you, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section down below. I really love to free flow in my videos and not script them too much. Let me know if you like this style. If you did, thumbs up, subscribe, hit the ring bell button to always get notified about new videos, and I see you guys very soon on this channel as well as on my Patreon. I love you guys. Bye.